There is a phrase that was left for you. And maybe you don't even realize it, but it has the power to change everything. Have you ever found yourself feeling like something is out of place in your life, as if you're on the brink of a big change but don't know where to start? Sometimes, we feel like the answer to our doubts is right there, within reach, but it always slips away at the most crucial moment. And this is exactly where this phrase comes in. It's not just a combination of words, but a key to open doors you might not even know existed. Imagine for a moment that this phrase was left for you, with the purpose of changing the direction of your life. Are you ready to hear it? To understand what it means for you? Because deep down, it could be exactly what you need to hear right now. It's no coincidence that you're watching this. Something bigger is at stake. Something that will make you see life in a completely new way. And it all starts with the revelation of this simple phrase. Have you noticed how it always seems like something is blocking you from reaching what you most desire? No matter how many times you try, it feels like something invisible always puts an obstacle in your path. It could be the fear of failure, the doubt that settles in your heart when you approach a new opportunity, or even the feeling of being trapped in a cycle that never ends. Maybe you can't clearly identify what it is, but something inside of you knows that there's more going on than just the daily routine. There's a pattern, a block that keeps repeating itself, and it's influencing your decisions in ways you might not yet understand. Have you ever wondered why, despite all your effort, you can't break through this barrier? It seems like the answer is always just one step away, but something stops you from reaching it. It's like trying to grab something that, when you get close, slips through your fingers. And in that moment, you might even think, am I the one failing? Will I ever be able to get out of this place? But the truth is, the problem isn't with you, or with your choices, but with something bigger happening behind the scenes. Something you haven't yet realized, but it's actively shaping your reality. The phrase that was left for you carries a deep truth that will help you understand exactly what's behind that feeling of being stuck. It might not be obvious to you right now, but there's something bigger influencing your decisions. It's an invisible force that has been taking advantage of your insecurities, your fears, and the things you haven't yet faced within yourself. As hard as it may be to understand, there's a pattern that needs to be broken, and the key to it is closer than you think. But you need to be willing to look deeper, to question what's happening, in order to finally understand why so many things aren't going the way you'd like them to. This is the moment to realize that something much bigger is at play, and you're about to discover what role you have in it. Now, imagine there is a presence in your life that has been silent but firm. It's not something you can see, touch, or even clearly identify, but it has always been by your side, even when you felt alone. In moments of crisis, when you thought there was no way out, this presence was there, working behind the scenes, guiding you subtly, without you noticing. It's not something mysterious or supernatural, but rather a force that has a direct connection with what you desire most, with your purpose. This presence, though silent, has been acting as an invisible guardian, protecting you from wrong choices, preventing you from going down paths that aren't meant for you. It's there, waiting for you to recognize it, to understand its role. All you need to do is take the first step, acknowledge its existence and understand that it's here to help you, but it can't do anything for you until you invite it to act. It won't force anything, because the power of transformation is in your hands. The phrase that was left for you is a reminder of this presence, a clear sign that you are not alone on this journey, even if the obstacles ahead seem insurmountable. You must be wondering, but how can I recognize this presence? How do I know it's really here? The truth is, it has shown itself in various ways, perhaps even in simple moments of your daily life. Have you ever thought about how many times, without logical explanation, you felt guided by an intuition that seemed to come from a deep place inside you? What if that intuition was actually a reflection of this silent presence, trying to help you see beyond the limitations you impose on yourself? Sometimes, the answers are right there, in the form of small signs and whispers, and the only thing you need to do is stop, breathe, and listen more carefully. Now, more than ever, you're being invited to recognize this presence and accept that it is here to support you. It's not a matter of faith, it's a matter of perceiving the force that has always been with you, waiting for the right moment to be recognized. This is the moment. The phrase left for you is the key to opening your eyes and understanding that the transformation you've been seeking is not far away, it is within you, and this presence is deeply connected to the path you will choose to take from here on out. Now, imagine that you are at a critical point in your life, where everything seems to be converging into one decision. You feel like you're on the verge of breaking this cycle, of taking that decisive step that will change everything. But at the same time, a strange feeling starts to emerge. It's like there's an invisible force, something you can't see, but can clearly feel, pushing you back. It could be fear, the fear of the unknown, or even doubt about your own ability to change. This feeling of being on the edge of a transformation is real, but it comes with a big challenge, crossing the invisible wall that rises between you and your future. This wall isn't physical, but emotional. It's made up of all the insecurities, all the past experiences that taught you to doubt yourself, all the times you've failed or felt rejected. But what you don't realize is that this wall, no matter how high it seems, is not solid. It can be broken. And, more importantly, you don't have to do it alone. The presence that has always been by your side is working behind the scenes to help you find the strength you need to get past this obstacle. However, there's one condition: you need to act. The change you desire so much won't happen on its own. You need to make the decision to move forward, to face the fear, and take the step that will break this wall. What's stopping you from moving forward is not something you can't control, but the mistaken perception that you have no power over your own choices. The wall you feel in front of you can be torn down, but only when you decide that you're ready to face it. Imagine for a moment what would happen if you decided to take the first step now. Do you feel the weight of that choice? Do you feel the resistance, the fear, the doubt? That's normal. But don't let those feelings define your destiny. Remember, what's waiting for you on the other side of that wall is exactly what you've been seeking: the freedom to be who you truly are, without the limits imposed by fear and doubt. The presence by your side is not there to make the choice for you, but to remind you that you have everything you need to get through this moment. The help is available, but it can only be received when you decide to take the first step. This is the moment when you begin to see what's behind this invisible force. It's preparing you for something bigger. All you need to do now is trust and act. The wall is there, yes, but it is not invincible. Your choice will be the key to breaking it down. Now, the moment has arrived. There's no turning back. Everything you've experienced up until now, all the doubts, fears, and insecurities that have emerged, have led you to this decisive point. What you do now will determine the next chapter of your life. You hold in your hands the power to change your trajectory, to turn the page and follow a new path, more aligned with the person you wish to become. But for that, you need to make a decision, and it's not easy. This choice isn't about which path to take, but about the simple act of deciding to act, of breaking the old patterns that keep you stuck. The phrase left for you is more than just a message, it is a sign that this is the moment to break free from everything that holds you back. You have the power to act now, to choose to move forward, even if you don't know exactly what the future will hold. Fear will be there, doubt will appear, but the decision to continue or to stop depends solely on you. This is your turning point, the moment that can define whether you will continue to limit yourself by your own beliefs or whether you will move forward toward what you truly desire. Ask yourself now, are you ready to take the first step? To trust yourself and let go of what's holding you back from growing. This isn't just a moment of choice, it's a moment of taking responsibility. You could look to the future and wonder what would have happened if you had acted earlier, if you had made that decision sooner. But now, more than ever, you have the opportunity to act. What you decide now will change everything that comes afterward. Remember, the choices we make shape our destiny, and change only happens when we decide to go beyond what we know. Take a step toward the unknown, even if it's small, and everything around you will start to align. Don't wait for perfection, because it won't come. The right moment to act is now. Look within and ask yourself, am I willing to take that step? This is the critical decision that can unlock everything you're seeking. Don't be afraid of uncertainty, for it is there that the potential for a transformed life lies. You are capable of going beyond your own limits. The power to decide is in your hands, and what comes next depends on what you choose now. Now that you've come this far, it's impossible to go back. The decision has been made, and what you do from here on out is what will determine your future. No matter how challenging the path ahead may seem, the simple fact that you've made a decision is the first step toward transformation. The phrase left for you, more than a reminder, is a guide. It shows you that you've never truly been alone in this process. The presence that has been with you through it all is here now, more than ever, waiting for you to move forward. Understand this. Change is not something that happens overnight, but every decision you make brings you closer to who you are destined to be. The invisible wall that seemed insurmountable starts to disappear as soon as you decide to walk, one step at a time. It doesn't matter how much you hesitated before, what matters now is what you choose to do with the power you have in your hands. The future you so desire is already in the process of forming, and it all starts with your attitude. The choice you made, the step you decided to take, is beginning to make sense. The road won't be easy, but it will never be the same again. Now, you have the ability to look at what lies ahead with courage and confidence, knowing that the change you seek is within your reach. What awaits you is not something distant, but something that is just waiting for your action. And, no matter how much fear tries to sneak in, remember, you have everything you need to move forward. The future you desire is no longer on a distant horizon. It has already begun to take shape now, with your decision. The pieces are starting to fall into place, and you'll realize that life has been preparing you for this moment from the very beginning. What you do now shapes everything that comes after. You are not alone on this journey. The universe, the force that has always been by your side, is here to support you. But the step that needs to be taken is yours. The power to transform your life is in your hands. And remember, the phrase that was left for you wasn't by chance, it is the key that will open doors you didn't even know were there. Now, more than ever, the future is waiting for your decision. The first step has been taken, and the journey of transformation begins. What you do with this moment, with this choice, will define everything that comes next.